Alright, so this is part of the issue I'm having. Bear in mind that the shaft is actually still just leaning slightly down. When I kind of center it, it gets even closer to the pinion nut. And the pinion nut's tight, and the screw on here is pretty tight. Not torqued down yet. I got a 30,000th shim over there. Needle bearings are all in position, but it just seems awfully close on that nut. Look how close that is to the shaft, and when I turn it, it's just like ridiculously close. So there's about 30 thousandths or more that I can move this up and down. I'm not sure when this is running if these gears are possibly trying to push themselves away from the center, which would help, but it just seems, you know, that's, I think I measured this with a dial gauge last night. It's about 30 thousandths, and it just gets real close over there. And I do have the rounded side of the nut facing the prop shaft, so see there. And here, I mean, this will get centered by the upper, so I'm not too worried about the side to side, but you can see how much play there is in the bearing. That's the bearing in the race. That's underneath the nut, and that just seems a little odd. The race is tight in the bore, so the bore isn't worn, but it's almost like it needs shims on top of the race just to kind of, but that ends up pretty much pushing this back down closer to the prop shaft. And so I did experiment by putting 30 thousandths of shims under the bottom of the race, these really thin ones, but that didn't do anything. All that does, I think, is just change the preload between the bearing and the race. Now if this gear does have a tendency to kind of push up towards the upper under load, then all is good. So if that's the case, I'm not too worried.